got gear, you might got caps, you might play ball and you might write raps, but I know you got soul, I know you got soul, I know you got soul, I know you got soul. You might got gear, you might got caps, and you might play ball and you might write raps, but I know you got soul, I know you got soul, I know you got soul, I know you got.
What's up, money? KicksTV, what it is, yo. Thanks for having me do this with y'all, man, for virtual tour stop number 8. Come on in, man. So, let me give y'all a quick flash to the closet, man. Ain't nothing crazy in here, man. It's just, you know. Yo, Proper, what you doing, yo?
What up, man? What up, man?
My man, Young Proper, man. Young Proper, you know you got soul and music.
Man, sorry for intruding into your stash.
What
man,
do you dude? My Air Flight Ones.
Yeah. You know, this is one of my all-time favorites. Go with what I got on, so you know, I figured I'd come crash in a little party in here, man.
You was getting ready to go do a show and do Mirror Mirror wearing my Air Flight Ones.
I mean, I'm trying to just name your price, man. They could become mine, man. I'm trying to.
Come on, son.
Come on, man. Let me know what's up with these.
Come on, man. It's Young Proper, man. Come on, man. Get it back in the closet, man. Come on, son.
How you doing, sir?
What's good, Ed?
Tell the world, tell everybody your name, what you represent.
It's your boy, Sean Paper Chaser Williams, OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, Open Entertainment. Welcome to virtual tour stop number 8 with my man Ed, KicksTV. So, I hope you guys really enjoy what's about to go down. So, let's get into it.
What made you come up with the concept of the virtual tour?
The virtual tour idea basically came from the fact that Know You Got Soul being an album dedicated to sneaker culture, and the internet and sneaker culture being married, it just made sense for me to put the whole experience online. So basically, promotion for the album and the album itself will be centered around e-commerce and the whole multimedia experience. So, the virtual tour is just a part of that. Me stopping off at various sites and doing things via internet radio, web interviews, and even video. So, I wanted to find a new way to really showcase music, and I think this is it. So, hopefully I'm on to something.
Alright, so being that this is actually a soundtrack to a documentary,
Right.
Do any of the songs actually reflect any of the scenes from it?
No, they actually don't. I think there's going to be points in the movie where certain songs will fit well, just as terms of a transition, or if there's a certain scene where I think just concept-wise it'd be good to throw a song, a few bars from the song here and there. But like I said before, everyone that was recruited to do a song for this album, for this soundtrack, I knew exactly what they were going to bring to the table, and musically I just wanted to make sure that they had something they could work with that was within them, and everybody did that. So the main focus was giving people music they were comfortable with to talk about this particular subject matter, and I think that I won with that for the simple fact that, like I said, everyone came comfortably in their own lane, because there's a million songs about sneakers out there, but there's a million, there's 500,000 of them are about Adidas, and the other 500,000 are about Nike. So, once people listen to this one, they'll see exactly what I mean in terms of how people went, from so many different angles to talk about sneakers.
How is OSD's slogan, Appreciate, Educate, Elevate, applied to the soundtrack?
It applies very well, actually, because there are songs on here that show appreciation. There's songs on here that are talking about the history of sneakers, and overall this entire project with the soundtrack, the film, the virtual tour, I'm hoping that overall this elevates sneaker culture on a whole to a new level of awareness. So it actually fits right in line with what we do at OSD. So to a T, pretty much.
Give us a description of your sound.
I would have to say For this particular album, the 10 tracks, I made sure that it was very diverse in terms of the tracks that I offered to the artist to pick, and I think I achieved the goal because every track that each artist picked, they wrote a song that attacked sneaker culture completely different. So all 10 songs sound different. Some of them sonically different, some of them concept-wise different, but overall, out of all 10 joints, all 10 are different. Regardless of, the 8 out of the 10 that I produced, everyone just came from such a different angle and still gave quality music that I had to put it out. It was, time for it to come. So that part I appreciate. It was definitely do. But that part I appreciate is the fact that no one's ran in the same lane that somebody else was already in, which is so simple to do sometimes. But everyone, I'm talking about, you get a very diverse, multifaceted album with this. Like the pro-ked Royal Masters, show you some shit from Bob, Vito signed those. You want to go nice kicks? Let's go nice kicks. Want some Diodoras? Let's do some Diodoras. So there's brands, B. Shoes with stories. These at a private event that Clark did a few years ago. It was a bunch of us in there. Justin Tuck from the New York Giants, my boy D. Wells came down, a bunch of us. And I did these based on the inspiration from the 60s X-Men, when these were the colors on the uniform in the 60s version of the X-Men. So because they're the Air Force Ones, I call them the Professor X shoe. But I designed actually about 10 shoes in the X-Men collection, and this was the only one that I actually had done. So, shout out to Brooklyn's Finest. Thanks for having me come through to that event. He was happy with what I did with these two, so salute. One sneaker that came out in 2009 that I think will be a collector's item in the future and, retroed and highly coveted will probably be this one. The 2009 Trainer 1. This just happens to be my ID version, but this particular shoe, the Trainer 1 2009, classic. It will be back. That's just my opinion. But if the folks at the swoosh are smart, retro, put it on the calendar, 2020, or maybe at the rapid rate that things are going these days, 2013. I'm personally not a guy who likes my shoes to be already dirty. So if they are dirty and they're already in a box being sold as brand new, I'm kind of feeling cheated. So the whole vintage look is not really for me. I'm not really into dirty shoes at all. Even if they're on my feet and they get dirty, depending on where I am, I will do my best to change that situation. People have seen me go through great lengths to make sure a certain amount of dirt has not been on my shoes while I'm out and about. But the whole concept of shoes looking years old with dirty laces, and that's not what fresh is about. So, not for me. This shoe right here is a very big deal to me, for the simple fact that I was involved with the Future Soul competition this year. You know, as invited, you know, myself and my boy D Wells from OSD were invited to participate in the Future Soul competition this year, you know, as organized by my boy Dwayne Edwards. Shout out to DE. And this shoe actually represents, you know, the final stages of the Future Soul competition from 2009. And anyone that knows us at OSD, you know that the next generation of sneaker designers and the future of sneakers in general is important to us. And working on that competition, we got to see 4 very talented kids, you know, 2 of which ended up being the winners. We got to see some talent that is going to be well representing sneaker culture going into the future. I mean, these future designers are incredible. And to be the age that they are, you know, starting at like sophomore in high school and up, it's just incredible to see that there are actually people out there that age thinking about what the future of sneakers is going to be like. And working on that competition, this shoe represents, you know, all that's well and good for me about the future of sneakers. So, you know, to see that logo right there, Future Soul, that's really an important thing, you know, to me in regard to sneakers, because the future of the sneaker business looks bright when kids that participate in competitions like this get a chance to show what they can do. I mean, these kids basically have a career path for life now, as long as they don't fuck it up in any way and they stay on the path and keep in contact with the people that they were paired with for the competition. They're in the sneaker business. That's what they do. They're already predetermined at, you know, 15, 16, 17 years old, you're in the sneaker business. And that's all, you know, the responsibility for that was all because of this competition, Future Soul. So, props to DE. Shoe is lovely, of course, you know, and it just represents all that's well and good about the future of sneakers, man, period, point blank. So, I'm happy and very honored to have a pair of these. No, because I don't think people in sneaker culture should be deemed as heroes. Sneaker culture is something that brought good people together so that they can, you know, exchange stories about good times and do good things for the future. You know, be it, you know, at sneaker events, be it working on collaboration projects, you know, be it anything along those lines that make people come together to produce good results for the future. So I don't think there's any heroes in doing that. I think there's good people who do heroic things, but I don't think any one person in sneaker culture should ever be deemed as a hero. It just, that concept of a hero doesn't exist to me. Doesn't exist to me in hip hop. Shout out to my man Dallas Penn. And it sure as hell doesn't exist to me in sneaker culture, because there are millions of people out there that love sneakers, and the right shoes bring a whole lot of those people together, and the wrong shoes bring a lot of those people together, because people are either on one side of the fence on liking the shoe, or on one side of the fence on not liking the shoe. And they may have common ground as to why they don't like the shoe. It's easy to find common ground sometimes on why people like a shoe, but when it comes to a reason why people dislike a product from some of these footwear companies, it's a little harder to get that out there. And sometimes the work that it takes to express that brings people together. It's sort of like a, you know, informal protest, if you will. But again, there are no heroes in sneaker culture. There are no heroes in hip hop. You know, I sure as hell would not want to be looked at as a hero. I want to be looked at as a guy who created things to bring people in sneaker culture together, and something for them to hold on to and enjoy, and be able to pass along, because the next generation of people that are into sneakers is really important to me as well. KicksTV, thank you guys for coming through and allowing me to make this stop on the virtual tour an easy one, because I was home. Still on KicksTV though. And I appreciate y'all, man. So everybody out there watching this, peace.